Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, July 9th, 2025, and the time now is 3:11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Happy Wednesday to everybody. How are you all doing? How is your summer going? Did you have a good 4th of July? How's your family? How are your pets? How's your significant? How is your health? Are you having a bad day? Are you having a good day? How is work? Do you have any hopes, dreams, aspirations? Are you planning to make any new changes in your life? This is kind of different for me doing this video. I'm used to doing this audio and not looking at myself in the mirror. But I'm basically redoing a whole episode that I had just done on Spotify. You see, Spotify has told me now that I've reached my limit of exporting my tracks. In other words, in order for me to continue to post episodes on the Riverside, it's Riverside actually, which is part of Spotify, in order for me to continue to post content on my podcast, I have to upgrade. But why the hell would I want to pay to upgrade for a podcast where I don't even make any money? I only have 20 subscribers. I've had this podcast for 4.5 years, and I have a big fat 20 subscribers. All right, I don't make any money, but I'm not looking to spend money. So I'm glad that I created this channel because YouTube does not seem to be putting any limits on me. So what? I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Anyway, folks, if you are a social media content creator, I'm here to encourage you to keep going. I know it's not easy. Sometimes it's frustrating when no one's viewing you, no one's liking you, but that means you're extra special. That means you have more of a reason to keep going. Do not count on other people's affirmations and approval. I have a big fat 16 subscribers on this channel. Sometimes I get 0 views on my episode, but I keep going because I believe in myself and I don't need anybody else to tell me whether or not I can speak and voice myself. But anyway, I thought I would start this off by maybe poking fun of myself. See, we can poke fun of ourselves. I'm going to poke fun of myself and my unpopularity. Like I said, I had that podcast for 4.5 years, a big fat 20 subscribers. Okay, my most popular social media channels are my YouTube channel, Trumpet and Talk. I have a big fat 62 subscribers. Then I got another channel on TikTok where I just do karaoke. And I decided I'm going to be a prick. I'm going to be like those other people who don't follow anybody else because I find that following people and liking them is just being desperate. It's just groveling for attention. It doesn't get you any respect. People don't act any nicer to you because you like them, because they just care about themselves. So I'm going to be the prick. So in TikTok, I created the channel where I don't follow any. Guess what? I have 1,100 followers, and most of them are bots with feelings just for me. I am elated. And who knows, maybe the bots will increase my algorithm. Then I got another YouTube channel called Comedy for My Living Room and Car. I've had this channel for 2 years. I was up to 28 subscribers, but 2 people just dropped out within the last day. I'm down to 26 subscribers. I guess it means I'm doing well. I guess that I'm affecting people. I'm boring them. I'm angering them, whatever. I'm not going to stop doing it. You know what? If the more people drop, the more I'm going to keep producing content. The more I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do, and the more I'm going to keep grinding this on YouTube. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the title to this episode is called Poverty Can Be a State of Mind. Why do I say that? Because of, if I said poverty is a state of mind, then I am discounting the people there are some real people who are in poverty, who are homeless, who have no clothes in their back, who have no heat or air conditioning. And that is legitimate poverty. So I don't want to discount their plight. But I want to say also poverty can be a state of mind because when people think of poverty, they just think about housing, clothes, medical insurance, food, transportation. But poverty like runs so many other different areas in our life that we don't think about. Poverty is an unease, a feeling that the floor can be pulled out from underneath you, that the carpet, like job insecurity, always worried about getting laid off, always worrying about losing your job, being one paycheck away, for not being able. That is a form of poverty. And I wanted to go down the many, many, forms of poverty that we experience as people. The fear of losing your freedom is a state of poverty. There are lots of people who have been in the prison system, and it's very easy to fall back into the prison system. If you don't have housing, a residence, a job, you can't have a gun, you can't associate with certain people. All it takes is just one parole violation to put you back into the system, or a second or third zero tolerance criminal justice policies in various jurisdictions. That is a form of poverty. Okay, the fear of losing your freedom. Another form of poverty is independence. How many people take for granted the fact that you could move your little fingers, go to the bathroom, wipe your ass? You know how many people with feeding tubes who can't pick their nose, who can't wipe their ass, who have to go through horrible, all kinds of therapies, having their legs moved so they don't get all kinds of horrible sores, eating away at their body? That's independence, okay? And there are a lot of people who don't have it, or people who worry, people with degenerative diseases like multiple sclerosis, ALS, Parkinson's disease, Huntington. Okay, that is a loss of your independence. And worrying about losing that or not having that is a form of poverty as well. There's a gentleman on one of the social media channels, and this man, okay, he's a quadriplegic, but by his attitude and his spirit, he seems like he has everything in the world. He is so happy. He has so many followers. His followers love him. He loves them. He sings to them. He smiles to them. He reads their notes. He goes live. Okay, I wouldn't want to be like him. Okay, a lot of people could be like him and be bitter and cry, and that's understand. But his spirit is so full, and his life seems so rich and so happy. So I would say he does not have poverty because his state of mind tells him that he's very blessed and he has everything to keep him going. He's happy to be alive. All right, yes, finances, another form of poverty, but we went through that. Or sanity. Sanity can be a form of poverty. When you're worried about maintaining your sanity, when you're not stable and your emotions are not in check and your impulses are not in check and you're not in control of yourself and you spiral down into these dark thoughts, okay? Thinking about doing things, crazy things to yourself or to others. That is a form of poverty when trying to walk that tightrope of sanity. And you know how hard it is to maintain sanity in this world? All of our internal pressures and all the external pressures and all the crap that we have to navigate every single day. That is a form of sanity as well. Health, poverty as well. There are lots of people who throw away all the money in the world just to have their health. Every day, how many times do you read on the news about a TikToker who was 23 and had millions of debt? Okay, you could have millions of dollars, but your liver, your kidney, your heart, or if you look at Mickey Mantle, people loved him. Okay, he had a liver transplant. He still died. Okay, I remember I went to an open house at a school one time, and the phys ed teacher says a lot of people take their health for granted. And then when you lose your health, it's very hard to get it back, if you can get it back at all. So, tottering on the border of health or unhealth can be, a poverty battle as well. Anyway, since they won't let me post on the platform that I've been doing for so many years, I'm just going to come here when I got to talk for now. I got to get used to talking to the camera. Hey, maybe I'll do audio once in a while. I'm an audio kind of guy. I like doing audio. I don't like looking at myself, but we'll play around with it. But here I am, For what it's worth, 0 views, 1 views. I'm just gonna grind it out here on Steve K's variety show. 16 subscribers, 15 subscribers, 14 subscribers. What the hell's the difference? I give myself the green light. Give yourself the green light. Kirk out.